think I did.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Oh, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube world and FaceTube land, you are all very welcome to this week's edition of Mauls, Balls and All, where we shoot the breeze and we chat about all the... Oh, for Christ's sake. Hold on. There he is. Where we... Thank you, Dara. Nice to have you with us. Where we shoot the breeze and we have a chat about all things rugby. Joining me... are very familiar faces to you all. We are all part of the same team. We have our Munster supporter in Glasgow. We have Mike Reedy. Mike, how are you?
Very good, lads. Very good.
Okay, we have Connacht's finest, James Grennan, with us. James, how are you?
Oh, good, Pete. All good.
And we have Clontarf's finest, Dara Weston. Dara, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you doing, Peter?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. James, a word of congratulations to your daughter Maeve on her selection earlier today. It was we saw the photographs for her. Now the result didn't go our way, but their way. But great to see all the same.
Yeah, no, she had a great day. Enjoyed herself. It was the Connacht under-17s versus a Leinster under-18s team, so it was always going to be a challenge. But they had a great time. She got 3 massive turnovers at the breakdown and kept the Leinster pack at bay in the second half. So delighted with herself, and they had a good slide in the mud after the game was over, and she was covered in mud and threatening to give me a hug. So she hasn't offered to give me a hug for a long time, but yeah, a bit of crack, you know. That was good.
Very good, very good, very good, and well done, Maeve, and proud dad and mum. James, I want to, before we go into what we're supposed to be talking about, I just thought it was worth mentioning for folks watching this who subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify channel, where we're at as a group, as a media, someone called us a media brand. Now, you can say that loosely, but I suppose we are. But James, you had the privilege, as I have, and it's a great day. It's a great experience. You were media accredited for Connacht's game last week, and you were indeed in the press box, and you did, of course, and I'm looking forward to your next one this weekend coming. You wrote a very good match review of the game, which people can read on ruckthis.ie. James, what was your first media experience like? And I presume you enjoyed it.
Oh, absolutely. No, it was great. Absolutely great day. And a big thanks to Connacht Rugby for the accreditation. They obviously know what we're doing. They know what we're about. And we've had lots of Connacht Rugby players on the show, as you know. So it was a great day out. Facilities were great. We got fed. We had pre-match interviews, post-match interviews, and access then obviously to the press box during the game. Great view, right there with all the radio commentators to one side, and we had Stuart Lancaster over on the other side on the same level. So we had the same view pretty much as the coaching staff and the sighting judges were there as well. So yeah, fantastic. Really good. A long day, but most enjoyable. And I'm so grateful to Connacht Rugby for the accreditation. And as you say, I've been accredited again now for Friday night's or tomorrow night's game against the Sharks. So really looking forward to that one as well. That should be good under the lights, you know.
Brilliant, fantastic. And
no prawn sandwiches. We did get fed though, and as much tea and coffee as you wanted as well in the press room.
And was there any alcoholic beverages?
No. It's you know, you're working, so we remain.
Well, no, I think it's more no rugby club can afford to give a load of journos free drink because
no, I'll have to be able to.
I'll have to be able to drink or two. I've been drinking and I remember you have a taste for the expensive redbreast stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. No, there was no as much tea and coffee as you wanted, all right, yeah. So
yeah.
No,
very good, James.
A good gig.
professionalism.
You didn't embarrass us, did you?
No, I did my best.
You didn't tell any jokes or anything like that?
No, I didn't. I didn't tell any jokes. I kept all that. I kept it kosher for the first time out anyway.
Well, keep it like that, as I tend to do, but because you can't be seen to be having beers in the press box. That's a big no.
No.
Okay, Mike Reedy, let me ask you. Let's go into this. This again, another thing that wasn't on the list, but because I forgot about it, you know me. There was rumors, or there is rumors, Mike, that we have an Australian prop that could be on the way over here to join. Again, rumors, talk, as you can see if you look at the online media. Australian prop Massimo De Lutis. Apparently, he qualifies for Ireland through his mother. Apparently, again, if rumors are to be believed, Mike, he is going to Ulster. He currently plays for the Queensland Reds. But the wider question, Mike, I know this might annoy you, and this is why I'm asking you first. The wider question, Mike, is should the IRFU not be more proactive in bringing up props through the AIL and other clubs? I mean, we have some great AIL teams. You know, you could name 10 of them off the top of your head.
Yeah.
So why Lansdowne, Terranure, St Mary's?
No, Terranure and Lansdowne. We're talking about proper AIL teams. Clontarf,
Galwegians,
ones that have won recently.
Anyway, Mike, go on. The question is: do we need to be doing this, importing players, or should we not concentrate more on our own leagues and our own players?
Can I just say one thing? I know it's great crack and really go mental, but can we just emphasise that this fellow could be Irish qualified through his mother?
So, he is Irish qualified through his mother.
But hasn't he gotten senior caps for Australia, or were they all underage?
I think they were underage. Now, I
thought he had gotten 2 senior caps, and so he'd have to qualify again. Oh, would you look at this coming on with a Mary's jersey? Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, here he is. Welcome, Dave Sheedy. Welcome. I hope you had a good dinner.
Good evening.
Looks like Trevor Brennan's been out in the lash anyway.
Anyway, okay. The question, Dave, in case you missed it, was asked of Mike Reedy. He still has yet to. Sorry, what?
There's some serious interference coming now since Mr. Rashid joined us.
Is it?
I don't hear anything.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'm clear.
I'm getting the back.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, turn your hearing aid down, Mike, will you?
The batteries might need changing, Mike, in the hearing aid.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Hearing aids, just blind, like I'm okay with the ears.
But go on, Mike. Anyway, Mike, go on. The question I asked is: do we need to be looking overseas for talent, 1 to 8, or even 9 to 15, when we have plenty of talent in the AIL leagues here?
Absolutely not. If there's enough talent in the AIL leagues or in any Irish clubs, we should not be going anywhere for looking for players, and we shouldn't be bringing them in because. If he's Irish qualified, I don't have much of a problem. I do have a problem with the fact that there are boys coming through the club systems here in Ireland, and they're not going to get the chance because they're bringing in these guys. As we needed it some years ago, but I don't think we do anymore in any position, even in props. And let's be honest, our front we've got macerated during the whole Six Nations. Our scrum did, which is a bit of a concern. But that's something that can be addressed. And bringing guys in to fill holes probably isn't the solution.
Giggity.
I don't know. I mean, if the guy is Irish qualified, he's Irish qualified. But what about all the guys that are? I mean, look at Leinster. Leinster brought through an absolute. They have about 6 loose heads that could play international rugby, and
we do not. We gave 2 of them to Munster alone last season,
and they're useless.
That's very good. Michael Milton is actually a very, very You gave us one fucking useless fellow, all right? The tight head. You want to have him back?
It's amazing. These players you class as useless, like Snyman. We found him grand until he got injured after.
Well, he got
He
injured.
was playing for us for nearly 2 years, and then he got injured. Jesus, for you, he was injured every week.
He should be sent back along with Klein.
When we gave you Joey Carberry, there was nothing wrong with Joey Carberry. What happened?
You broke him too.
We were forced.
Then he left Munster, went to France. He's had a great run of games.
He's been
You'd have to remember.
It's hardly played. He never gets the fucking game.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Have you finished your point you made?
How could I finish anything with that Egypt there down in the bottom right corner?
Right. Can I give the counter answer then, Peter?
Yeah, go on, quick.
Just to mix up the order here. So
yeah, go on.
Okay. So at the moment, we're that goose for props that we're talking about moving Porter over, moving him across to number 3 from number 1. The thing I would say about AIL is the lads coming up through schools and underage systems get so intensely monitored by the academies, at least in Leinster anyway, that there's very few lads make it to AIL who go unrecognised, who could have actually been bigger. And even then, you have the likes of Kieran Frawley is a good example. He was brought in. He was playing for, I think it was Skerries, and he was brought into Leinster. So, I mean, I don't think there is this great untapped vein of golden props out in the AIL that we'd like to think there are. There's a lot of big lads who might work behind the bar in the club, can run a couple of meters, can put a bit of a scrum down because there's a bit of belly on them, and there's athletic young lads who are props. But there isn't, like, okay, if you look at, what was it? Was it Carey? Was the guy who Leinster brought in, or Kerr? Who they brought in? He was playing for Blackrock. Now, I think he had been Leinster Academy, and then he'd never made it into the full team, and so he had gone to Blackrock.
Good player, though.
Oh, good player. But they brought him in as emergency cover. Now, the other thing is, the only reason people are saying he's going to Ulster is because he follows Ulster on Instagram and the IRFU. I don't think that's enough for reason to say he's going to Ulster now. I think
Belfast, the Belfast Telegraph, excuse me, Derek. The Belfast Telegraph had an article about this, implying that he was going to Ulster. And I know the point you're making, Derek, about the Instagram thing.
Yeah,
they quote a separate source about this guy.
No, because what I would see is Leinster are going to have one NIQ player leaving in Slimani, who's a great prop. So we automatically have one NIQ card to use to welcome in a younger prop.
But this guy is NIQ, so there you go.
Look, I'm not just saying as a Leinster fan, but Leinster has been the kind of prop factory for some of the other provinces over the last few years. I mean, we've shipped props up to Munster, down to Munster, up to
Mike, will you?
We've robbed a couple of centres and number 8s from the West, although Caelan never played for Connacht. He was born over there.
Well, you have a good lad in Billy Bowen.
Security.
If you're talking about Dara, if you're talking about props, we have a good lad in Billy Bowen there, as you saw in the recent Six Nations, and he's playing well. Yeah. So there's a few of them around.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, definitely. Oh no, there definitely is. But no, I think it's. I think we're kind of fooling ourselves. We think there's this massive pool of props that we just haven't discovered yet.
There isn't a massive pool of props.
There's not, unfortunately. The AIL is not awash with props who could be playing for Ireland.
Okay. James Grennan, before I come on to you, Mike Reedy, go on. You were trying to get in there with something. Before I come on to some comments, James,
go with James. Go on. On you go.
Thanks very much.
Can I ask Darren a quick question though?
Go on, quick. Yeah, go on.
How many props do Leinster have on the books in the senior team? Because in Munster we've 10, which I think is a bit much.
I think Leinster have 7. I think on last count. I think.
Yeah.
Dave. I think. I could be wrong.
We've 10. Half of them are injured. So
that's what I was going to say. Are we counting broken props? Like
no.
Officially, like the 10, you probably have, like, of those 10, there's probably 2 or 3 of them are emergency cover for the season.
Yes.
We have one lad, Kerr, who's in from Blackrock, and he's emergency cover for the season. He was signed as an extra prop.
Yeah. All right. Okay. James Grennan. Before, sorry, Dara. Sorry, I don't mean ever to cut across anyone. Were you finished there, Dara? I just want to get some
I was
two
just answering
Right.
Stephen's question.
All right. Okay. Okay. We have logged on. We have Luke Conway. Evening, all. Hi, Luke. How are you? Neil McKeown. Hi, Neil. A good guy, always full of information in the group. Neil McKeown, really Aussie prop. Apparently, there was interest, but he is going to sign a new deal with Rugby Australia. Agent has his percentage. Yeah. All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
Neil. Wasn't aware of that.
I think that's a silly decision if he has. I mean, because Joe Schmidt is gone, isn't he? He's going at the end of is it the end of this season he goes?
I thought he was gone already. Or maybe he's gone
already.
At the end of the season.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought he was going around.
But he's either under orders or he's gone. But like Australia are not gonna they're in a low point at the moment. And it's going to be very hard for them in the Rugby Championship and also in the new Nations, whatever it's called, thing. If they keep going through coaches, it's going to be very hard for them to get the momentum to come back up again, to where they should be, like in top 5. So
Very true. Very true, Dara. Yeah. Niall Steins. Hi, Niall. Clondalkin RFC represent. Okay. Sean Fleming is. Sean Fleming, evening. Foreign players are tried and tested at a high level, I believe, as good as the AIL is, and they go to games most weekends. They have a long way to go to get up to the high standard we have, but a small few need to be brought onto a higher level. Yeah, good point, Sean. Good point. All right. Niall Steins again. We should give the water boy a go. I've seen a documentary starring Adam Sandler when the water boy turned out to be a brilliant fly half. Yeah, very good, Niall. Thank you, Niall. Joe Lyons, contract time. Yeah, I know, Joe. Yeah, I know the point you're making, Joe. Yeah, James Grennan, to you. IRFU looking overseas for props. I take the point Darren made, and also what the points that Mike made. The AIL may I know I mentioned it, but the AIL may not be, as Dara said, the well of never-ending props. James.
Yeah, I don't think there's much wrong with what he said there. Yeah,
I would say though, sorry to interrupt, if you want to find top quality props, at least when I was playing, the bar, that's the place where you'll always find them. Or the chipper van.
Yeah.
Chipper van,
or both.
with a spice bag in their hand. Yeah.
Spice burger, far from the days of spice bags.
Look, I trust that the IRFU have some idea of what they're doing. We're doing okay as a small nation, punching above our weight, I think. But if we do need to bring in some foreign players, despite what Mike Reedy might think, I think sometimes we need to do that. And if they're Irish qualified, then why not? And that's what we should be looking for, is for more Irish qualified players. Like we have in Connacht, Irish qualified. Mac Hansen came in.
I was just going to ask
already
you.
Already Irish qualified, and we also have Sean Jansen, who plays 8, Irish qualified.
Brilliant
as
player.
well. Absolutely fantastic player. So that's the sort of thing we should be looking for, and going to the academies or to the looking in New Zealand or South Africa or Australia or wherever, or Argentina for that matter, and bring in some players that will add something. Like RG Snyman, I think the fact that you have 10 props in Munster and half them are injured, is there something wrong with the training down there that they couldn't get Snyman? You couldn't get a week out of him, and he comes to Leinster and he gets a full season, and just a horrific injury, unlucky again. But is there something wrong in Munster?
4G pitches, I'd say.
I think
I was just going to say, yeah.
But they don't have 4G pitches in UL, do they? Where they train?
They do.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I was down there. I was down there a couple of weeks ago when my daughter was captain of Connacht against the Munster, and the Munster team were training on the 4G pitch as we were walking past. So
they used to train in CIT as well, and I used to actually watch them when I was in college there.
Yeah.
And then the high performance center, whatever, that's all 4G
Yeah.
as well. So it's no wonder.
Plus the fact, I mean, there's cutbacks in Munster, so I don't know if the players get, cars anymore. So, I mean, you have to run through some dodgy parts of, of Limerick to get home from training. So, I mean, you're knackered from training, and then you have to sprint.
I thought every part.
Okay. Dave Sheedy, your thoughts on the IRFU going abroad to bring props in. Now, albeit this guy Massimo De Lutis, he is Irish qualified through his mother. But as I've asked, and now we've explored the AIL route,
and it's also worth mentioning that he approached the IRFU. Net out. He approached them because he's Irish qualified. So
or his agent approached them.
Yeah, it's not that they're out there fishing for foreign props. He was wonder kid prop in Australia.
That sounds like the Irish lads, when contract is coming up. Oh, Bordeaux are talking to me and Toulouse are talking to me. That's what
Rog is going to go to Miami and do kicker for the Miami Dolphins.
Exactly. Yeah.
But go on, Dave Sheedy. Your thoughts on all this, as I've asked everyone else.
I look. I normally line up with Mike in these things because I just think we should have Irish players playing for Ireland first and foremost. I've no problem with people who are Irish qualified. I always was of the opinion that the grandfather rule, like they have in soccer, should be implemented in Ireland because, the rules are the rules, and that's the end of it. But I've always disagreed with them. I've disagreed with CJ Stander playing for Ireland. I've disagreed with James Lowe and Bundy and all these. And I'll make the point that if Bundy wasn't there, everyone's like, oh, McCluskey's amazing, but he's never had a bad game for Ireland, and he would have had more chances if Bundy wasn't there. Now, Bundy's an exceptional player, but are we to believe that if Bundy, James Lowe, and Gibson Park were lined up for the All Blacks, they'd leave New Zealand and come to Ireland? I don't think so.
But okay, go on, Dave. Go on.
No, it's like there is a prop shortage. Was Dara hinted to that? What's his name? Porter is being moved. They're considering putting him a tree, but he started a tree. The reason he was moved to Loosehead was because of Furlong.
Yeah.
And Furlong, look, let's be honest, is kind of, getting on. So I have no problem with Porter going back. But if there is a prop shortage, but there is young guys in everyone's system. Like we've Kieran Ryan and another fellow, I can't remember his name, who's a tie head. Mike might be able to help me with that.
No.
But look, they're young. They props don't mature till they're like 30, 31 anyway.
That's so it. If you remember, Dave, you're quite right, Dave. You're quite right. If you remember when we had Reggie Corrigan on here, and he said the exact same thing. You don't get a good prop until they're mid-30s.
Yeah, that's just it's like a lot of the hearsay stuff about rugby. If your pack isn't going forward, you're not winning the gain line. Same thing. Same props.
But if that is the case,
speaking as a former prop, props are the superheroes of rugby.
Okay, go on, James.
I'm not denying that.
Can I just say we never emotionally or mentally mature. So when you say they only come into their element at 30, one thing I'd say, and sorry, James, then I'll let you back in, is having been a young prop, playing against fellas who were bar stewards in their club and had big bellies hanging out over them, and you think, Jesus, I'm gonna absolutely walk this in the scrum against your man, but then they have all the dark arts. They have years of being in scrums, and you're a fresh-faced young fella who's been playing schools rugby, and you think, yeah, I'll do great at this club rugby. Sure, it's grand. I played club, and you find it's a completely different kettle of fish. Athleticism and youth can actually count against you when you're a prop. It's
okay. James Grennan, you were going to come in there.
The point I was going to make when Dara talked about maturity, I said the fact that he's the living proof of it, that he has matured. But other than that, if that is the case, that they don't mature until and don't become good props until they're in their 30s, how good is Billy Bohan going to be when he gets to that age?
Well, there you go.
He's an exceptional talent. That young lad, he's incredible.
What Darren just said about the dark arts and guys with experience, these are things that are not being taught in these academies, as far as I know.
They're taught on the pitch. They're taught on the pitch.
And but they are in South Africa.
They give you the mentoring. They mentor you.
Yeah.
And
and that's the value, Dave, in getting the likes of Slimani and these old kind of workhorse props in that they will take, or forwards, even second rows, flankers, whatever. They will take the younger lads under, and they will say, even just things like, I remember like the way you crouch and engage. If you duck your head down that little bit extra, you can use your head and try and pull it up, push it up. Fella,
I know nothing about the front row, but
so all that type of stuff that a wizened old prop will teach you.
Yeah, in the provinces, I'd have no problem bringing people in. I'm sure we're going to talk about it soon, but this is why I'd be more inclined to focus on AIL because of the old dogs in there. Because I don't see anyone coming through Leinster, Munster, any of the provinces that has the kind of old grit that we're used to with the provinces that came from the AIL.
But the argument there, though, Dave, is that you don't get that old grit until your early 30s.
Prop-wise, yes. Prop-wise, yes. I'm talking about players across the board. Sorry.
Sorry. I beg your
sorry. What happened to Keane Healy? Is Keane Healy completely gone from rugby now?
He's retired. Yeah.
He's retired.
Has he not been retained as a coach or some kind of an advisor at Leinster?
No, like a Sexton.
He's making noise.
He's retired, Mike. He's making knives and he's having barbecues and he's helping Peter O'Mahony with his grass.
You cannot have a better advisor to the 20 front row in world rugby, as far as I'm concerned. He's played.
So
I think
maybe he doesn't want it.
I think part of it could be as well that the way in Ireland, if you're a top level sports player and you retire, you get so much of your tax back. I think 40%. There is a thing where possibly you mightn't be able to go back into sports again for a year or two. So
I first heard that when CJ, when CJ retired, I first heard about that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Before we move on, gentlemen, just have a couple of comments here. Joe Lyons. If Australia, New Zealand, France, England all do it, and even the Saffas have, we are active in crawling through the likes of Zimbabwe and Namibia. And we've got to have a look at all activities. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Joe, I know what you mean. Mark Noonan, a good Munster man. Mark Noonan, 12 Munster senior and academy players played with their clubs in the Energy AIL at the weekend. There have been 279 club appearances for senior and academy players so far this season. There is a very positive move for all involved. Lessons learned all around. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The hell did he get all that data? I can't even find that.
Mark Noonan is an uber Munster fan, as you know.
Oh no, I know. He's
Sean Fleming. Another point, gents. A lot of AIL teams have a good few for given players on their books too, taking up places. But big lads are hard to find, and also breaking into teams isn't easy. Yeah, very true, Sean. Very true.
We'll say no more on the forgiven players, maybe.
Bevan Marie Burke. Hi, Bevan. Exactly. Billy Bone is electric. Yes.
I also like that Samilo, that Connacht boy you have.
Samilo's excellent. Yeah. Really good. Really good player.
But gentlemen, overall, let me just, and we'll end on this. Because I don't want to spend it. Nearly half
40
an hour.
minutes to go.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but overall, Mike, I'm going to ask you first because I think I'm going to disagree with you on this. But overall, Mike, are foreign players coming into the provincial scene here? Overall, are they good for the game? Now you can go back. You can go to Brad Thorne for Leinster. You can go to the Williams fellow, I think, what's his name? Munster years ago. You can go to
Dougie Howlett for Munster.
Dougie Howlett, Easton Asawa. You can go. There's loads of Ruben Pienaar, for Ulster. Mike, do you think overall it's a good idea or a bad idea to for the IRFU or provinces
Given the
entertaining.
fact that Munster have had the
it
most
was.
foreign players.
All right, okay. Let's
No,
let
no,
Mike answer here. Come on.
It definitely was a good idea back when you're talking about players like Brad Thorne and players of that ilk,
Big
from
Jim Williams.
that era, say from 10, 15 years ago.
John Williams, yeah.
But I'm not sure it's necessary anymore. No, however,
Why not? Why not, Mike? Why not?
because we seem to have a lot better players now than we had. Like, they were necessary. Those when Leinster won the 2009 Heineken Cup, they needed the foreign players to help them along, and the same would apply to Munster, like Dougie Howlett and such players were.
Big Jim Williams.
Yeah, and but I don't know if it. Listen, I took a step back when I saw what Slimani had done at Leinster. I thought he was a complete waste of time, but he has been outstanding, and I have been told that he's a massive help to tight head props, young tight head props. So that's, if you're getting that kind of benefit from these experienced players, then by all means. But some players have kind of taken the piss a little bit, and Munster seem to have fucking inherited so many of those, I don't know, in recent times, because the guys don't fucking play. You sign these guys, and even that Tacker Abrahams, how many games has he fucking played? Not enough. And he looks a very good player when he plays.
Okay, I tell you what. I tell you what, Mike. Sorry, I didn't want to spend too much time on this. James Grennan. Sorry, Mike. I just want to move on because I'm conscious of time as always. James Grennan, foreign players coming into the Irish system, is it a good or bad thing for the Irish setup overall?
I think it's a good thing because I think if you take Bundy for instance and Connacht, what he has done there in the early days, he transformed how Connacht were playing rugby. And the locals learned a lot from him. You have the likes of Cathal Ford now, who I think is a better player, having spent so much time playing alongside and watching Bundy growing up, I guess. And so I think there's a lot of positives to be had from foreign players coming in. No, it's not always the answer, and I do like to see local lads getting a chance. But I think local lads will learn from experienced foreign players of the caliber of the likes of Bundy coming in.
But now, James, I'm going to hold you to your words you said here before, live on air here before.
Go on.
And it might not be true in recent performances, but you did say that Aki tends to play better for Ireland than he does for Connacht.
And I will stand behind that because up to the point where he got the recent ban and McCluskey got the opportunity to take his shirt, I don't believe that he had played all that well for Connacht. He didn't get up for the games the way he gets up for the Ireland games. But having said that, when he came back for the first Connacht game, which was against Ulster, he was like his old self, and he played out of his skin and got the Man of the Match award for Connacht. And that's what I knew he could do for Connacht, and what we all hope that he will do for Connacht every time he puts on the shirt. But he certainly, once he was the first choice, irrespective of whether he was playing or not for Connacht or how he played for Connacht, he was still the first choice for Ireland for that shirt until he got the ban and McCluskey came in and put doubt in Faz's mind about who should be in that shirt. That's when he woke up and played again and played properly for Connacht. So, like, I definitely stand behind what I said. He hadn't, and you all know he didn't. To my mind, he was a waste of a shirt for Connacht for a lot of games for a good couple of years, and it just annoyed me that he was getting the start. And I think he used to upset the team when he came back in from Ireland camp because he was the lads were playing a lot better without him. For say towards the tail end of last season and the start of this season, the team were playing a lot better without him, and I used to hate to see him named in the team because he wasn't up at the same level as he was for Ireland. But now that there's a doubt that he's not going to be the starting 12 in Faz's mind the whole time, and McCluskey has put his hand up, and rightly so, and deservedly so, has a hand up for that 12 shirt. Bundy's had to react, and he did. In fairness to him, he did, and he played out of his skin. As I say, got man of the match in the Ulster game, and he was good the other night as well.
He was, and if you were picking the Ireland team tomorrow, would Aki be your first choice over Stu?
I think I'd give Stu the nod. To be honest with you, I give Stu the nod to see if he can back it up, because he was exceptional in the Six Nations, I thought, and I think he deserves a shout, and I think Bundy has to fight for his place.
Okay, good point. Thanks, James. Thanks, Mike. Dave Sheedy, your own views on now, as mentioned, Munster have had their fair share.
Definitely.
Of overseas players coming in. Leinster have had them. They've all Connacht. We've all had them. Connacht. They've all had them. Do you think, is it a good thing if you want to look back historically? It's not a bad thing, but going forward, is it a good thing for teams to be bringing in players from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, wherever, France, whatever it is?
Well, I don't think we'd be playing the style of rugby Ireland are at the minute without foreign intervention in the clubs.
Ooh.
Personally, like, I mean, when you hear O'Gara from a Munster perspective talking about the likes of Howlett and Maffey and how they just think and talk differently, and Drico has said the same about Nasiwa, Rocky Elsom, Brad Thorne, all these, like, you know, Ruin Pete. The thing that I think bothers most of us is when foreign players come in and they don't buy into the club. Like, you know, we all want loyalty. We don't want, like, someone who comes for a year and gone, like we Grobler in Munster, who was just there for 1 year and then fecked off. You know, like,
Christian Cullen, who did.
Yeah. But I from what I heard about Cullen is he was great at mentoring the younger players, and that's fine. That's the key thing. And Dara spoke about earlier, mentoring the younger guys, giving them a different way of looking, and giving the whole team a different way of viewing the game, because the styles are different. You know, I wait for the day we get some French backs wanting to come to one of the provinces in Ireland. That would be
we don't have the money here, Dave, to pay the French.
No, but it'd be funny, you know. But look, to finish up, I've no problem with it, but I'm sick. The only ones that don't seem to work out are the South Africans. Some do, very small minority like CJ, and a few others that my brain's gone blank. But a lot of them are just here for a mercenary paycheck, and that's what most provincial supporters don't want. Rube
Pienaar is a legend up north. But you mentioned, Dave, that you weren't happy to see CJ Sander in Munster.
With Ireland. With
Ireland. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Clubs are completely different.
Right. Okay.
The national team is the national team.
Okay. Dara, before I come to you, just a few comments coming in here.
There's a few YouTube spam comments you can skip over.
Yeah, there's no, I'm going to put one of them up here. Hold on a second. I'm going to put one of them up here. Wait now. A comment from a big fan, Pretty Girl. She's saying hello to all of us. Hello, Pretty Girl. How are you?
Here we go. The bots have you now.
Zero interest. The bots are on full display. James Grennan, I see your comment there to Sean. Bevan Marie, it's a good idea, but we don't need it to be half of the team. We need to develop our own players rather than pushing them out for big foreign players. Yeah, Bev, good point. That's what we're discussing. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay, Dara Weston, your overall thoughts on this? Foreign players coming in, good for the Irish game, good for the provinces, good for the national team, or what do you think?
If I can just say from my lesson learned on a rugby tour to Wales many years ago, just because the username is Pretty Girl, don't assume it's actually a girl. Never assume that. Anyway, getting back to foreign players. Yes, the Irish system needs foreign players. If you have lads coming through And there you go. Nigel agrees with me when you were talking about Ulster. Cock has risen to the occasion many's a time for Ulster. So,
thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Nigel. Nigel is always one for a joke.
So no, I mean, okay. There's only one Irish team that has ever won the European Cup, the Heineken Cup, with a full 23 of Irish qualified players, and that was Ulster. And Justin Fitzpatrick, who's many times a guest on our show, he was playing in the front row for that. And even though he was born in the UK, he was Irish qualified through his parents. So he was one of those two. I think in the 15 that started, there was only 2 lads who weren't actually born around Ulster, never mind the rest of Ireland. And it was Justin and another guy. But since then, as the French teams have, we remember when Toulon had the Galacticos and they had, Dan Carter and all these lads there, and they were just throwing money, because the French teams get bought by a billionaire. They like to assemble a collection of top-class international players, bring them over for a couple of seasons, win some European championships, and then they lose interest in the club and they stop putting money into it. So the thing is, as long as we're playing against these, we need these foreign players to come over. I mean, the young lads playing on our squads can't be relying on the Irish lads who are going away to play for Ireland to tell them how it is to play against South Africans, New Zealanders, the Australians, the French. Whereas if you get a French player, a Kiwi player, an Australian player into your setup, they can tell in graphic detail to all the players what the training regime is over there, and the thing is, these players tend to be bought in for a purpose to raise the game of the team. As you said, Rocky Alsum, Nathan Hines, Big Jim Williams, Issa, and without these players, would we have actually won the European Championships we won? That's the big question.
I'd say the same for Munster as well, Darrell. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for Munster as well.
So
Peter, Sean Fleming has a good point in there. We'll throw it up.
I was going to make that point.
Sean Fleming. Hi, Sean. How are you? Another thing, lads. Overseas players attract more supporters on a match day, which we need bums on seats. Yeah, good point, Sean. I think we're all thinking the same as you, Sean, on that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
sorry, Jared. Go on.
I would say that as Irish teams have European success, it lifts the game domestically and internationally also. So and it also brings money in. Let's not forget, to the IFRFU's coffers. So I think these players do have a very valid place in the setup. I think Mike's just a bit disgruntled because Munster keep breaking their foreign players.
No, but okay.
I'm more worried about Ireland than any club.
Hold on. Go on, Dave, and then Mike. Go on, Dave.
Quality of player that's brought in has to, for bums on seats and for experience, has to be like a big name.
Yeah.
Like your Howletts at Munster. But the problem is nowadays the big names,
or a Snyman at Munster.
Okay.
And then we got Snyman to Leinster, and he plays out of his skin.
All right, go on, Dave.
Nowadays, fucking prima donnas. Rico Ioane is one of them.
So
they're all Gavin Hensons.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Okay, we're okay. Comment coming in here from how's your own in the mirror, Dara? What happens on?
If that's Trev, I never mentioned your name in that anecdote.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Nigel, quickly, was Dave not making the argument for the national team? He was, Nigel. Yes, absolutely, he was. Okay, gentlemen, Mike Reedy, I want to come to you on this next point, which was on the list. Jeez, we got around to this list. It kills me. Jamie Osborne for Leinster, great player, but he has been described as many things, and the one thing that has been tagged onto a description of Jamie Osborne is versatility. Now, for Leinster, he has played 12, 13, 15. He's also played in the wing. Mike, is Jamie Osborne in danger of being another Kieran Frawley into this versatile player where he gets a game if it's a 5-3 bench. If it's a 6-2 bench, probably not. And then in a year or two, we see Jamie Osborne being shipped off to another province or even abroad. I mean, does Jamie Osborne, Mike, have a position in your mind?
He has any position he wants in my mind, to be honest with you.
All right, that's the question.
Fabulous player. No,
he
listen,
is, but
he's got the 15 short for me now. Hugo Keenan has to fight to get it back. He was absolutely outstanding in the Six Nations. He was outstanding on the tour to South Africa when he played for Ireland in the tour to South Africa, and in the 15 short. I mean, I haven't seen an awful lot of him playing at 12 or 13, but if he has a position in any team, he's that good of a player.
For Leinster, Mike, sorry. For Leinster, he has played inside centre, he's played outside centre, he's played a full back, and he's played on the wing. For Ireland, he hasn't. He's played full back, and I think he's played on the wing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, what is Jamie Osborne's position?
Well, 15 right now is his position.
Okay.
He was outstanding in the Six Nations. As I say, you can't go that's as high as it gets in the Northern Hemisphere, and he's just a fabulous athlete and a really good player. I know you have a bee in your bonnet, Peter, about versatile players and players that play. You must remember one of Ireland's greatest ever players played in 3 different positions for Ireland. Mike Gibson played at 10, 15, and 12, and played with the
different era, though, Mike. Different era.
It was,
principle though.
It's the same. I don't have a problem if he's good enough in any position. I know you're comparing him to Kieran Foley. I think Kieran Foley has been very unlucky, or maybe even not treated as well as he could have been. But
you see, is Osborne not in danger, Mike, then, of going down that same route?
I don't think so. I genuinely do not.
All right, okay. James Grennan, Jamie Osborne, he's played in numerous positions in the back line. As I've asked Mike, what are we doing? Oh yeah, sorry, I thought you were laughing at a comment there. I see them all coming up.
No,
James Grennan.
No, Tara had his hand up.
Just like,
sorry. I meant no. I'll come to you next, Dara. But I've asked James. James Grennan. This idea, as Mike Reedy rightly said, I do have an issue with this tag of utility players. Coaches love them for a 5-3 bench. I'm not really a huge fan of someone being called a utility player. So is Jamie Osborne in danger of going down the Kieran Frawley route? And, he doesn't have a position. Well, although I agree with Mike, he did play well at fullback.
I think where a player who's a utility player, or I guess the tag of utility player, comes into their own is when we have a tour where we're going to Australia or South Africa or New Zealand on tour, and you have a limited number of players going with you. And I think that's when these guys have a better chance of getting on the bus or getting on the plane. I think Jamie Osborne is an out-and-out 15, and I think he should be given more time at 15 and let Hugo, as Mike said, fight for his position back. I'm interested to see what happens with Frawley next season, obviously, because he's coming to Connacht, and will he be the anointed 10, or will he be the anointed kicker, or will Sam Gilbert still get the nod there, given the record that he had? Out of 36 kicks, he had 33 or 34, and 30 in a row. Will Gilbert be still the man, or will they make Frawley the out and out 10 for Connacht? So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, and will he lose the tag of utility player then, and will he be just the anointed guy and be in the running for the Ireland shirt again? Utility players. As I say, if you're on tour and you have a select number of people going, don't you want someone who can slot in if a player gets injured? Remember, Mac Hansen used to play at 10, and look at him now.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Mac Hansen used to play at 10.
He did, yeah, that's right. Darragh Weston, go on. You had your hand up there. Go on.
Yeah. So, look, there's two things, and actually James makes a good point. The on tour fact, given the fact that clubs go down to South Africa for at least 2 games, that practically counts as a tour. So anybody who's a utility back is nearly one of the first names on the sheet. Now, with respect to Mike and James, Hugo Keenan is possibly one of the greatest All Blacks to ever, or the greatest fullbacks to ever walk this earth.
All Blacks.
You know, as much as I like Jamie playing fullback, he's going to have a hard time keeping that shirt when Hugo comes back.
I'm okay with that.
The same way,
I don't think so.
Jamie
I don't
would
think
have
so.
a hard time getting a wing shirt, maybe from the likes of Joshua or JJ Kenny, whatever he's called himself this week, Tommy O'Brien, J-Lo, you know, getting, you know, Ringrose's shirt or, you know, Ioanni's shirt. I think he's just happy that he's getting regular games. You know, I don't think the players have the issue with being a utility, classified as a utility back that you have, Peter. I think you object to them being kind of, you know, jack of all trades, master of none. But I think for a player, if you're not first pick, then you want to be second pick. You want to have the maximum number of opportunity to be second pick. So if you can be second pick for 4 or 5 different roles, that means you're going to be first on the bench.
Okay, but Dara, a utility player,
or when the player who has the first spot is on international duty, which happens a lot with the provincial games when the autumn internationals and Six Nations are on, then you're first on the team sheet because you're covering.
But a utility. Sorry, Dara.
Yeah.
For an international test match, a utility player mainly will appear on the bench if the coach has gone for a 5-3 split. Right?
Yeah. Which most sensible coaches go for, like Andy.
No, not really.
No, but we don't really have the bomb squad type. You know, we
don't. We don't. Okay.
Although we do in second row and back row, we do have a kind of a wealth of riches. But you know, on the front
we
row,
do. If Faz operates a 6-2 bench, yes, we do have a fairly good kind of bomb squad kind of setup there. All right, thanks, Dara. Dave Sheedy, your thoughts on this? Unless you're ordering tea there off someone.
No, I think she just dropped a plate in the kitchen or something.
Oh, Jesus. Take it out of our wages.
Come here, I'll make the example, because you're a Leinster fan, Peter. What would you refer to Georgie Barrett as?
Sorry, say that again, Dave.
Turn up your volume, Dave.
What would you refer to Georgie Barrett as?
Turn up your volume. We can barely hear you.
Turn up your volume. Can you turn up your volume?
I don't know how to turn up the microphone.
There, now we can hear you. Just get closer to the microphone.
Right. What would you call Georgie Barrett when he played?
A fantastic international test match player.
Mead man.
Yeah, Mead man. Yeah. No. I mean, Georgie was okay for Leinster. Obviously, he played.
What position?
Centre of the park.
No, for the All Blacks.
No. He is a classic utility back because in that Leinster team when he was in, he could play better.
Special guest that just arrived, Peter.
Hey.
Hello, Maeve. How are you?
Hi.
You're looking less muddier than the photograph your dad sent us when you were covered in muck. And fair play to you, Maeve. Well done and huge congrats.
Hey, young lady.
Is that a Connacht Squad beanie that you have on? If so, I'm surprised your dad hasn't nicked it off you yet.
Maeve, you're doing great stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. We're all very, very proud of you. And so is your mum and dad. Maeve, keep doing it. You'll be great. And you'll be a guest on our show in a few years' time.
Yeah.
We guarantee your dad won't be on that show. Tell me.
I'll do that one, yeah.
No, well done, Maeve. Go on, Dave Sheedy.
No, Geordie Barrett was the perfect example of a utility back for me that he could have played. Now, I never realised how good he was until I watched him playing with Leinster, that he could play 10 better than Byrne, 12 better than Henshaw, 13 better than Ringrose, wing better than either of them, and probably better fullback than Hugo Keenan, which is before Dara goes off and one.
Okay. No, but Dave,
Keenan, I agree with Dara.
They're Southern Hemisphere players, Dave. They're Southern Hemisphere players who are slightly different grade.
Hugo Keane is one of the best defensive fullbacks I have ever seen since Felix.
Oh, I agree with that.
Right? Now, Frawley is not a utility player. Most 10s can play at fullback and can play at 12, but are they ideally suited there? No. Frawley is a 10. He's not a utility back. Whereas Jamie Osborne has experience at 12, 13, both wings, and as we can see, is as good as Keenan defensively a fullback. That's the difference. When you put a 10 at fullback, he will never be able to defend as good as a normal natural fullback. Never. That's why Crowley, when they put him there, when they're playing Prendergast and throwing him out, missed tackles, Frawley the same. A good fullback like Hugo Keenan and Osborne track the ball amazingly well, and then you've just broken the line and they're on you. But I see Osborne taking Ringrose shirts soon now. I really do. I see him taking that shirt soon because I never realized he was as big as he was. Someone said he was 6'5". I was like, get the feck. When you think Paul O'Connell was 6'6" and 19 stone, this kid is 6'5", 15 stone, and he's in the backs. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. And the speed of him, that's the other thing. You know, he's got the pace and the step for 13. He's big enough for crash ball at 12. As we can see on the wing of fullback, he's equally as good. He is our only utility player. And I'd agree with Dara and yourself, if you go 5-3, he's the first man on the team sheet, if not starting.
Okay, all right. Okay, bear with me, gentlemen. Just a few comments to come in here. Nigel Quigley, just going back, Nigel Quigley. I get the point. A utility player can be a kiss of death at international level. Okay, thanks, Nigel. Bevan agreed. They just got pushed to the bench more often than not. Yeah. Tommy Mack, Charlie Tector, the same. Tommy Mack, a good member and also writes for Ruck This. Thank you, Tommy. Joe Lyons. Is Burke still screening my post? No, I don't screen anyone's bloody post, Joe. Anyway, less 9, 10, and 15. The modern game is all about versatile players in centre and wings, with slotting into or being competent enough in the 10-15 shirt. Yeah. We need to look at the game as a 23 and not a 1-15 fix. Yeah, no one's disagreeing on that, Joe. Playing South Africa is totally different to playing New Zealand, as is playing France. All need depth and different tactics, and that when numbers are limited means 23 needs to be made of utility lads. Yeah, Joe, I get the point you're making. I just kind of don't agree with it.
I still think he needs specialists in positions as well, though.
You do. I totally do. I mean, if you think, Dave...
McCluskey's a prime example of that.
Who?
Yeah. McCluskey, 12-12, and a great 12.
Yeah.
Rob Carney, the only dedicated fullback we've had in recent years. Okay. Gar Duke, well said, Peter. Thanks very much. Thank you, Gar. Bev Anne-Marie Burke, well done, Maeve. Absolute legend. There you are.
Thank you, Bev Anne.
Kieran Ryan, evening, boys. Osborne has been world class. Any position he will be world class, but like Barrett is with the All Blacks. That's what you were saying, Dave.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Nigel Quigley, again, coming on what we were talking about. Barrett, an exceptional rugby player, though not many like him around.
I've never seen a player like Jordy Barrett. I always thought Bowden was the better one until he came to Leinster. Jordy Barrett is just a freak, a different level.
The only position that the Barrett family cannot play if they were to field their own international team, they couldn't cover scrum half, really. And that's basically you can throw Scott into the front row. He'd be face off.
Garju, Kai again, Gar, different class of players. I presume you're talking about the Southern Hemisphere players. Gar. Let me see. Joe Lyons having a go, or Nigel Quigley having a go with Joe Lyons. Fuck me, Joe. War and Peace posts. Okay.
Us Clontarf people, we're very eloquent. You know, we've a lot to say.
Well, there you go. Look,
making him earn his money, read out the comments.
Hold on. Go on, Mike, and then I'll come to you, Dave. Go on, Mike.
I'm not sure about the eloquent part of it, but you do have a lot to say.
There you go. All right. Dave Sheedy, go on.
Just quickly, the reason I'm wearing a Mary's jersey is my J4 team are playing in a cup final against Old Belvo in Ollie Campbell Park at 3 p.m. on Saturday. So, come on, Marys.
Very good. Come on, Marys. I know Stephen Hennessy, who's heavily involved in it. Okay, let me ask. Before we go on to the game,
I'm wearing a Murray shirt.
I know. It's just. I don't know. Mike Reedy.
He identifies as being from Munster.
I know.
How family's from West Clare, lad? You know, it was that, or I didn't get to eat when I was a kid.
You're a Munster supporter, Dave. You identify as a Munster supporter, but you're actually
everyone's like, here. You identify as a prop, so come on.
Yeah.
No, I used to. I identify as a retired, out of shape lad now.
Yes,
there you go. Mike Reedy, there was this rumor has popped back up again. We've spoken about this in the past, and I think your blood pressure rose, and I think you probably nearly had. I think you nearly had probably a bloody stroke when you're reading. South Africa joining the Six Nations. Hold on. I'll come to you. Hold on, Darrell. 1 sec. Mike Reedy, South Africa joining the Six Nations. Remind us of your contempt for this idea.
But it's not going to be happening. That's all I'm saying. They're not and fucking hell will freeze over before they ever play in the Six Nations.
Is there any possibility, Mike? Do you see any benefit?
Absolutely zero. Oh. You needn't even focus about it.
James Grennan, any love for South Africa joining the Six Nations in your behalf?
Well, surely be the Seven Nations then. So Mike is right. There's never had Six Nations. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Look, don't they play in a tournament with Argentina and Australia, and they're Southern Hemisphere. Six Nations is Northern Hemisphere. End of.
Yeah. Well, the World Rugby have made mistakes over mistakes with other things, so maybe they might make a mistake with this one. Dave Sheedy, South Africa joining the Six Nations to make it the Seven Nations. Is there any benefit to that happening, Dave Sheedy?
Considering I was thinking of protesting outside Thomond with a big banner before the clubs came up here with the URC, I'm deadly serious. They don't perform up here. They do nothing but annoy the shit out of us and everything. Can you imagine if the national team came up here? No way. I'd no sooner burn the IRFU headquarters down than let them up. Honestly, I really, really mean that.
I'll be fucking back from Scotland to do it.
I'll pay for the flight, Mike.
Dave, get off the fence and tell us what you really think.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
no, all right, okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Darrell Weston, last on this point. Any merit, any reasoning why South Africa would join the make it the seven? The only
benefit South Africa would bring to the Six Nations becoming Seven Nations is to airlines, because people flying down there for games. That's all.
Yeah.
The good thing is that World Rugby can say whatever they want, but they have absolutely no say because the Six Nations is owned by the six teams. It's owned by Six Nations Incorporated, which is equally owned by Scotland, Wales, Ireland, France, England, Italy. And before Italy joined, it was Five Nations, and it was owned by the Five Nations. And they have the casting vote on who gets in. And South Africa don't have enough money to buy their way into it. They want to come up here because they want to play against the top teams in the world.
They want money.
And they want to share the TV money out of it.
Yeah, it's all money.
But
just because they managed to wriggle their way into the European Championship does not make them a European team. They're still an African team, from a different bloody continent. So,
and the fans won't travel. The fans even don't go to the home games, they don't travel.
No, I tell you, James and everyone, part of the idea was that South Africa would base themselves in the UK somewhere for the duration of the Six Nations. So there wasn't this huge travel. This is going to be a compromise or whatever it was that they were
talking about. The towns in the UK would draw straws, and whoever got the shortest straw would have to host the Safas.
It's more mercenary stuff that we're used to from South Africa. Everything with them is money. Like, I mean,
well, they need money, Dave. This is the problem. They need money.
How do their clubs make money when
they don't?
Barely fill
they don't.
Stadium. Exactly.
But the thing is, the stadiums don't belong to the clubs. The stadiums are all hangovers from the Wendy Ball World Cup they had 20 years ago. And so they're all white elephants that they use for the FIFA World Cup. But then they were never going to be able to fill them again. So what do? They put swimming pools behind the dead ball line.
Yeah, bouncing castles.
To try and attract people.
At half time.
Did they not build did they not build all those stadiums when Matt Damon won the World Cup that time?
Yeah, well, I said South Africa, but it was Matt Damon.
Didn't you?
And he gave the cup to Morgan
Freeman was the president.
Or was that Nelson Mandela? Was it Morgan Freeman or Nelson Mandela?
Morgan Freeman, yeah.
Listen, it's very plain to see why South Africa would want to play in the Six Nations. The Six Nations, like from a financial perspective, brings more finance every year, like than the World Cup does in a 4-year cycle. So it's very easy to see from a financial perspective because they fancy their chances of coming here and win a grand fucking slam every year. That's what they would be along the line.
Technically, if you win the Grand Slam, you get more money than you do if you win the World Cup. If you win the Six Nations, I think it's about the same money.
7.2 million if you win the Six Nations.
Yeah, and it's 10 if you win the Grand Slam.
They got 6 million winning the World Cup.
Hold on, Dave Sheedy, go on. You have your hand up. Go on.
Just if say hypothetically it did happen, like European rugby's gone to a shambles because of how they've diluted it with bringing more teams and stuff. And I suspect that a lot of people watch the Six Nations for historic significance, and we're all kind of tied in that for the last 100 years. If you introduce them, it'll dilute that, and it won't be the spectacle it is. It'll turn people off.
Agree. Yeah, but no, I totally agree, Dave.
I mean, if they're playing up here in the Six Nations, then they'd have to be based in Europe for the World Cup qualification pools. Because at the moment, it's really just themselves and Zimbabwe and Kenya that play rugby. I think Nigeria have a team now as well. So basically, Africa are always the first team on from Africa on the World Cup pool.
Let me just before we go on to because we're way over the hour mark. Before we go on to our games coming up, let me just see. Bevan has said no fans will travel to South Africa for Six Nations match. Yes, I think we all agree with you on that. Tommy Mack,
in which case, around Valentine's Day, and loads of wives that want to go to see it. There
you go. Tommy Mack, it would kill the Six Nations. We need to keep the same all the time, in my opinion. Yeah, I think we all agree with you on that, Tommy. Mike Sheedy, Six Nations, all was only European teams. Yes, good call. Nigel Quigley again. Ever see a URC home game when South Africa team visits? Handful of fans, and most of them live locally. Just too expensive for them.
Yeah.
Although, but the match tickets, though, Nigel, for those games are about what, a lollipop and a
no, he's saying
up here.
All right. Tommy Mack, as Wales and Italy will probably be affected badly, in my opinion. Yeah, probably.
Well,
all right, gentlemen.
The 6 votes. One thing I would say on this, just to kind of finish it up, if we were to have to take somebody in from outside of Europe, Argentina.
Yeah. I wouldn't object to that.
Yeah, because Argentina, they're not nearly as fucking annoying as the South Africans. Plus the fact they're actually a great bunch of lads. Like, I mean, a lot of Argentina is Irish and Welsh people who went over there back in the day. But like,
and they hate the Brits as well, is it?
And what was the nationality of the guy? What was the nationality of the gentleman who founded the Argentinian Navy?
I told you that. He was a lad from Clare. Sheedy's dad probably knows him.
Yeah, and
probably.
I should know this because my first cousin set up my first cousin in Foxford set up the Argentinian Irish thing. There's a group from Argentina come over to Foxford every year and do a march, and there's a big fucking festival. And my first cousin set up, so I should know the guy's name, and I can't think of it right now.
But there's a huge Irish contingent. He was Irish, by the way. Your lad who general.
Yeah, he was. He's from Clare.
Yeah,
something like that. Anyway, okay.
There's a place in Argentina, down in the Pampas, down near the south of Argentina, where the gauchos, the cowboy lads, they speak Welsh.
Yeah, Patagonia.
Because all the Welsh went over there as miners back in the day. They went over on the ships because there was loads of mines there, miners, and because it's quite isolated, out in the boonies.
It's called Patagonia.
William Brown is the guy.
Patagonia. Listen to the man with the all the set of encyclopedias on the bookshelf behind him there. There's an area of Patagonia where they just speak Welsh.
Admiral William Brown. Sorry, Admiral William Brown was the guy.
There you go. Let's not forget, though, gentlemen, after World War II, Argentina welcomed some not very nice people.
I don't know if they welcomed them. They went there. Let's also not forget Argentina produces
they tolerated
great steaks and great wines.
But the south of Brazil took them as well, Peter. And the problem
that's true. That's true. But Argentina has a name for it. Argentina. I know. But Argentina is well known for it. I know. All right. Anyway, gentlemen, let's finish up with our last point. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're well over. Mike Reedy, games coming up. Win, lose, or draw. Let's have a go at this. Mike, Connacht are at home to the Sharks.
It's a tough game. Game. As the Sharks have started to play, like they had a poor start to 12th in the league, but they've started to play. But it's at in Galway, so I'm going to go with Connacht.
All right, Exeter. Excuse me, Exeter are entertaining Munster, Mike.
Oh God, the shipper get off the pot now for Munster at this stage. They played very well against the Bulls, so fuck that. I'm going for an Irish win again.
I wonder, Mike, if our previous guest, Martin Maloney, will be starting for Exeter. Be interesting to see. Anyway,
good Leinster man.
Mike, Ulster are entertaining Ospreys.
I fancy Ulster for that one.
All right, and Leinster are entertaining Edinburgh, and sadly, I can't be at it. Go on, Mike.
Are we having a moment's silence because Burke can't go to it, or
I don't know? I was thinking the same thing.
You want to give your answer, Mike?
What was today? What was the question? I didn't hear it.
Leinster.
The other three questions.
Leinster,
Mike. Jesus.
Leinster v Edinburgh.
Who's going to win, Mike?
I have to go with Leinster. That's in Dublin, isn't it? Leinster.
Yeah.
I'm on the hearing aid. Professional quiz player. What was the question?
Everybody was completely silent. I don't know what happened there.
Okay, James. We were, exactly. James Grennan, you're going to the game. Connacht are playing Sharks. Connacht entertaining the Sharks in the sports event. Or Dexcom, sorry.
That's a tough one. They have their internationals back, including Etzebeth, who is back from his ban, so he'll be out to make a mark. The weather is promised wet and windy like a small baby, and I think the Staffers will be cold and they don't travel well, and I'm going for a Connacht win on that one, but it's going to be very, very tight. And I'm in the press box for that one.
Good man yourself, and I look forward to your written review, which will be available on rookthis.ie. Okay, James. Exeter are entertaining Munster.
Another tight game. I think there'll be only a couple of points in it, but I'm going to give Munster the win on that one by 3.
Okay. Ulster are entertaining Ospreys.
Ulster. I think with the form they're in, I think that's going to be a bonus point win for Ulster.
And they're at home as well, James. So, always good. Okay. And finally, James, Leinster are entertaining Edinburgh in the Aviva.
And can we have a moment's silence for Peter not going to the match? Yeah, it's a bonus point win again for Leinster on that one, I think.
Are you not going to the match?
No, I can't. I've a lunch in the Ivy. I've a birthday thing. Anyway, okay.
Not Jesus' birthday on Sunday. It's the day he rose from the dead. That's what we get the Easter eggs for.
It's the wife's pre-lunch thing, right? Okay, Dave Sheedy. Connacht entertaining the Sharks.
Yeah. The hell with the Saffers. They don't travel well, so I hope Connacht obliterate them. Absolutely obliterate them. I really do.
Okay. Exeter entertaining your team, Munster.
I'm going to go for a very small marginal Munster win.
Okay. Ulster entertaining Ospreys, Dave.
I think Ulster have their number, yeah.
Okay. And finally, Leinster entertaining Edinburgh.
Edinburgh haven't got a prayer, really, have they? They've been terrible.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Leinster, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, gents. And last voice on the show, Dara, to you. Connacht entertaining the Sharks.
I think it's going to be like that movie Jaws. It's going to be tense. It's going to be slightly scary, but ultimately, I think the Sharks are going to lose.
All right. Okay.
So I think Connacht.
Will Connacht need a bigger boat?
You can use that in your article now, James. You can use that as a joke to the other press lads.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jaws 5.
All right. All right. Dara, you need a bigger boat, yes. All right.
Yeah.
Dara, Exeter are entertaining Munster.
As you know, I'm contractually obliged to say Munster, but Exeter have been doing very well. They spanked Newcastle there. Mind you, Newcastle are bottom of the league, but they've had 2 or 3 good results in the Premiership. So I think it'll be a tough match, but Munster.
All right.
And look, I think it's the first Munster home game, isn't it, since all the shake-up in Thomond Park and, all the jobs.
Munster away. Munster away.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Munster away, but still, it's the first relatively home game. In terms of it's not down South Africa, so I think there'll be a lot of, and I think Munster are nearly back to full strength. I think they have most of the lads back from injury.
Okay, Ulster against Ospreys, Dara.
I think Ulster will do that. I think it'll be tight enough though. There's the Ospreys' future is still kind of up in the balance, so. Yeah, I think it'll be tight enough, but Ulster.
All right, okay. And finally, Dara, I don't know if you're going to
predict what you're going to ask. I'm not going to it because I'll be down in Cork for Easter Sunday. So not only will I not get to use my season ticket, but I'll have to watch it with a load of fucking Munster fans.
Oh, I hate that.
Who I wouldn't put it past them to cheer on. But anyway, or cheer against Leinster. So
will you stop? Scottish team, not a chance.
Are you going for Leinster? Are you going for Leinster, Dara?
Yes, of course I fucking am.
All right. Okay. Well, I didn't.
Irish teams. Cork is its own republic.
I'm aware of that.
Sarah Weston, I've lived in Scotland for the last 27 years, and I won't be shouting for fucking Edinburgh against Leinster.
Yeah, but you're not from Cork, are you? You're from Tipperary.
Fucking Munster man behind.
All right.
He does have a point. All right. Cork people are uniquely.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We just say that uniquely.
Okay. Yeah.
Christ, I'll finish the show with. Right, folks. Now, that is all we have time for. We are nearly 17, 18 minutes over time. My thanks, our collective thanks are to all of you for watching, for your comments and your opinions. They are more than welcome. It's a huge part of the show. My thanks are also to Mike Reedy, to James Grennan, to Dave Sheedy, and for Christ's sake, what, Dara? Yes, what?
Can I just point out, do you remember the 2 owl lads who used to sit in the balcony in the Muppet Show? If you look at Reedy and Grennan sitting side by side in the top, they're the fucking spit image.
Very good. And also my thanks are to Dara Weston. Gentlemen,
that doesn't even
thank you all very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening. It's been a pleasure chatting with you as always. Thanks, folks. Enjoy.
Good luck, lads. Thanks a lot.
Good luck. God bless.